Hey guys, welcome back to another video tutorial. In this video we're gonna discuss all about how to create an invoice generating app using React.js and also Tailwind CSS. Inside the application have all of the features that contains in the invoice app. So let's look at the features and project that we will build it, right? So let's see. So first of all, here's a simple interface, but inside there have a lot of logics and a lot of work. So let me share with you the features. I'm going to click on to new invoice. I need to fill the information. So like I'm going to use United Kingdom UK and postcode is something UK, and I'm going to use milli like this. Address I'm going to use house number 363 United Kingdom UK, postcode is something UK, and there's net dash 30, and I'm gonna use by SEO service. And the first one is I'm gonna use a link building. Quantity is 350, and also I'm going to add the item on page SEO 350, and I'm going to click to create invoice. The invoice has been appeared in the top. You can click on it to edit it. So let's try to edit it. Like I'm going to change like SEO services, not this one. I'm going to change this one 30 days. And also I'm going to change the name Millie-Smith, and I'm going to refresh the page. I click to save changes. The changes are applied on there. As you can see, Millie-Smith. The next thing is you can delete it, and also this is the default is pending, status is pending, but when I click on the mark as paid, it is paid, guys. The next thing is delete the invoice, but before deleting it, let's see the feature is download as a PDF format. So when I click on the PDF format, I'm getting the PDF details as a PDF format, as you can see, quantity, price, and so on and so forth. The next feature is I refresh my page. The complete details are stored in the local storage as well, and how many invoices inside there. 4. You can filter out to get the paid details or pending details or all details, right? So let's try to delete the last one, the first one. By the way, I'm going to delete that. I can't see anymore the deleted item inside the application. So guys, I will teach you how you can create it from scratch. And write the simple commands to install the React. So let's do that. npm create vite latest, and hit enter. Select the framework is React, JavaScript, and yeah, we're gonna install. By the way, I need to move on the cd vite project and npm install. And also we need to install a few things such as, I'm going to remove this one, Tailwind CSS, and the latest version. I need to get the previous version. Reason for using previous version, because I will get the suggestions inside our VS Code editor. So that's my reason that I'm going to use the previous version. So let's get that, and once it will install, then I will execute another command like this one. And also I need to install another init file to configure our Tailwind CSS. So let's install it. The next thing, I need to get this one content file, code, and we need to move on our vite Tailwind config and just paste on there. Right, cool. The next thing, I need to install the package. The package is Lucide that will use to display the icons. So I'm going to click to get started installation, and select the React npm copy, and we need to install that just like this one. And yeah, I'm going to install it. Yeah, cool. So great. So I'm gonna open this one reveal folder because I need to execute this one inside VS Code editor. I don't need to use the CD multiple times to yeah, I'm gonna remove this one, and this is my project. Alright, so let's remove this one CSS file. Oh, by the way, I need to remove this one, I don't need that. And in the CSS file I need to get the Tailwind and this one content, copy, and we need to paste on. Right, the next thing I need to yeah, I need to refresh this one file because I need to use RFC to display the default things. So yeah, I'm using npm run there to display the default simple page like a okay, great. Let's install the picture. What is the name of the fonts that I will use? League is picture. Spartan, sorry. League Spartan fonts. So I'm gonna use this one fonts by building this one. Get embed code, import, copy, and just paste inside your CSS file. And your top, remove the style tags, and we need to select the body. Use font family, and the font family should be like Spartan sensitive, like this one. Yeah, so everything is great on there. So let's move on our app.jxs file. So I'm gonna create a component folder because I will create many components. So inside there I'm gonna create a component app content.jsx with RFC, and I'm gonna use that inside there. App content like this one, and yeah, I'm gonna save it. And inside the app.jsx app content.jsx, I will add all of the content like header, app list, form. I can add all of the information inside there. Right, so let's create another component that will contains the header by the RFC, and I'm gonna calling that header like this one. Okay, not this one. I need to target only on my header component, guys. Just remove that and enter it. Save it, and it should be display your header on the page. Great. Okay, great. So we need to design our header, but before designing the header I need to use the few things inside this one file because I need to design the complete application. So let's do that. So I'm gonna cut the component and design it from scratch. So let's add the classes, Tailwind CSS classes like a bg select 900. Text should be white, and main hide screen. Inside that I'm gonna use tail, use the class max with 5xl, and then I use max auto, means margin left and right auto, padding top and bottom 12, and px4. Let's add the component and look at that. Great. So let's move on our header. In the header we need to design our header section, right? By designing the header I need to add the package. The package name is headless UI, because inside there have drop down menus like this one. So I'm gonna get it and we need to install it. First I need to copy and I need to add the terminal, install it, headless UI, and I will use them inside the project, guys. Right, once it will install, then I need to get this one import and I need to import it in the page. Great. So let's design it step by step. and also I need to remove this one as well. So the first thing is I will use the classes flex item should be center and justified between, means inside this one I will add the two sections, first one and second one. This will appear in the left side and this will appear in the right side. On the first one I will add the few things. The first one is I'm gonna assign the class should be text 3XL, font should be bold, and text wide, margin bottom 2, and inside there, by the way, I will use this one class inside the headings. Just a minute. This one, and this will be invoices, and that is just a minute. Like this. Okay, what happened on there, guys? Just my mistake, so I'm gonna use that. Right, so this is the first one, and the next section you need to add the paragraph tag. In the paragraph you need to use class tag should be select 400, and inside that I'm gonna use there are 0 total invoices. In the 0 I will add the dynamic data, but this time I just use static details, right? So I'm going to set the file and it should be displayed in the left side, as you can see. In the right side I need to select this one there. In there I need to use a few things. The first one is class flex item center, and also I need to use space X, means left and right 4, and I will add the menus like this one. So I need to copy and use menu, right, and assign the as a tail. The class name should be relative because inside this one I will add the drop down menus, right, and I'm getting suggestions but I don't need to use them. Okay, let's add the menu button, menu.button, close it, and these are component that is coming from your headless UI, right? So let's add the classes. The first one is I'm going to use class should be class name flex. Okay, just a minute. Flex item should be center space X 2, and text should be white. And also I need to add the filter, that is icon that is coming from our side icon. So I'm going to use filter, and it is give us a filter from side React component. Close it, assign the size. I'm going to assign the size 20. After this one I will use the span tag and add the content like filter by status, like this one. Save the file, and look at that, I can't see anything else. Okay, I don't know. So I'm gonna save the file, and just a minute, we need to wait a couple of seconds. And open it. Yeah, it is up here, guys. Filter, right? So when I click on it to display the menus, means content, so I will add the dynamic data only. This time I just use the static data, right? After the menu button you need to use menu.item. This is starting closing. Inside there, by the way, this will be menu items, and inside the menu items you need to use menu.item. In the menu.item I need to add the details like just use the static status. I will add the dynamic data later. This time I just design it. So why I'm getting multiple times? Okay, the problem is here. Item is right. So I'm gonna say the file. It should be displayed. Yeah. Right. So let's see what happened when I click on it. Menu fragment. Menu item, menu items, and yeah, I will manage it download. This time I just design it, right? So after this one, I need to add the button tag, right? After the menu, this one, that will use to display the icons. Type should be submit. Type button, class bg select, not bg select, but I'm going to change the class bg while at 500. And when I hover the mouse, it should be display the bg violet 600. Text should be white, and also I'm going to use padding left and right 6, top and bottom 2, and it is rounded full. Also I need to add a few things like flex item should be center and space x2. This is a button class. Inside there I need to add div. Inside the div I need to add the plus icon, right? Plus, and size should be 16 like this. And also I need to add the content, so I need to use new invoice. Add a few things like class bg white, rounded full, and padding all side 2. First I'm going to save the file and okay, and refresh the page. Button is not okay there, so I need to use the button tag like this one. Save, and plus is not exist. Okay, so I'm going to remove it, enter it, and it is up here. Okay, cool. So just a minute, right, and refresh the page. Why I'm getting problem? Let's see. bg white plus size 16, right? Okay, I'm gonna assign the class on there. Should be text while at 500. So I'm gonna set the file, and I think something is wrong on there. So rounded full, flex item center space x2, and that is okay. The problem is here, so I'm gonna move it outside of there. Yeah, cool, as you can see guys, but I need to make a space between our filter status and our button, right? So like this one. So right, so first I need to find out the problem. Okay, I need to add few things, a few classes by the way inside there, because I have assigned the position relative inside this one there, so I need to use position inside there as a position is absolute, and also I need to move it right is 0 and empty 2. Width should be 48, bg select 800, and it is rounded LG, and shadow LG, padding all side 2, and also I'm going to use that index of 10. So I'm going to save the file, and yeah, it is perfect, but also I need to add few more things, few more classes inside this one. Inside the menus I also change few things like first one is I'm going to use button tag. In the button I need to add the status, and also I need to add classes like bg width should be full, text should be left, and padding 4 2, round and algae, and capitalize. I will add another classes on later. As you can see guys, I'm getting this one result when I click on it, but I need to make a space between our filter and our button tag. So position selector, menu button, space X2, and filter by status. This is my top and this is my status, and this is my button tag. So in the button tag I need to find out the padding X2. Yeah, I need to make a space filter like this section. Okay, let's add the space X4. So let's look at that. No, I'm gonna just a minute, I will manage it. I'll cut this one, I'll cut it, and I will use the header tag. Paste all the codes, and we need to change this one class from there, and I'm gonna add it in there. So yeah, save the file. Yeah, it is perfect, but I will manage that. So cut it and paste on there, save it, and great. So yeah, we have a few things. You need to use margin bottom at, save, and have a space. And this is the first one there, 3XL font bold, text white, and margin bottom 2. Yeah, great. 400. And then in the invoice have a, yeah, great. After this one I will use flex item center space X4. Yeah, great. This will be position relative, flex item center space X2, text white, great. And position absolute, yeah, perfect. White 2, magenta 2, red, and we just select on it and padding LG. Yeah, great. Let's move on, and I think I need to fix this one button. Yeah guys, I have a problem on there guys, so I'm gonna save the file and have a space, as you can see. So yeah, there is a problem guys. Yeah, we're gonna work on the next section. So let's move on the next section to display the invoice list. So let's move on our code editor, and I'm gonna close this one as well. And inside the app content file, I need to use, by the way, in the app content, okay, I need to open this one file. So here is a header tag. After the header tag I will add another component, invoice list. I will manage it on the create a component invoice list dot just x. Write the RFC, remove the T, edit, and import that to display the invoice list. Let's work on this one page. We need to design it. Then we will work on the dynamic data to get the dynamic data and display it. Right, so let's design it. So step number 1, I assign the class space y4, means I have a space top and bottom. Then I'm gonna use div. So in the div I will add all of the informations, so like invoice ID, date, and name, so on and so forth. So yeah, we're gonna add the class inside there. The first one is bg select 800 and rounded LG. Padding all sides 6. The item should be flex center, justified between, and when I hover the mouse, the BG select 700, and also I'm going to use transition colors duration. Yeah, the last thing I need to add it, cursor should be pointer. So this is my div. Inside this one here, I'll add static data, right? Let's add the data one by one. Class flex atom center space x, I'm gonna use 6 span tag, and I'm gonna use this one ID, invoice ID. Text should be select at 400 is best, and I'm gonna use to date. I will display the dynamic data, but this time I just design it. So invoice ID due date. After this one, I also add the the next thing I'm gonna add it, and this will be 300 PG select 400. This will be 300. Okay, this will be our username like John Doe. So I'm gonna save the file. Let's see what happens at page. Yeah, great. When I hover the mouse, it is change the color. Great. So this is our div. Outside of this one div, I will create another div, and this will be invoice. I also add the comment flex atom center space x6, make a space left and right side. And so yeah, we're gonna add same thing but change few things. So the first one is I'm gonna add the amount on there, like $350, and this should be right. I'm gonna change the text to Excel. Font should be bold. After this one I don't need this one, right? So I will add the div. I will add the classes on later, right? Because it is very important to display the conditional rendering, to display the green and orange color, right? So after this one, I will add the div, and inside this one div, by the way, I only use one div. Then I need to add the invoice status. I will use this one div on later. This time I just use simple static details. Yeah, this is the amount, this is the invoice, and by the way, I'm gonna change the class the font should be capitalized, just like this one. Great. And the last thing I need to add icon. The icon is carry right, and the class should be text violet file. So I'm gonna say the file, and yeah, the right side arrow, and yeah, I'm gonna cut that and I'm gonna paste on there. Yeah, it is perfect on there, right? So yeah, 2 divs and the last one, and yeah, first I need to check that. Just a minute, I will cut that and I'm gonna paste on there, and yeah, it is perfect. I will add the classes on later, this one div, and also I'll create another div on later, right? So that's it for the list, and we're gonna work on another sections. So let's move on the code editor, and we're gonna create a component from not form, I'm gonna use invoice form.jsx, right? The RFC to display the form, and inside there I'm gonna comment out and I'm gonna use the form. invoice form. Invoice form. I will use the conditional rendering to display the particular component, but I need to design the form, right? So let's move on the form. In the form, I will assign the class. First one is fixed incent 0 and bg black 50 and flex item start justify sender, and also I will use autofill y add. Inside the div I will create another div class bg slide 800 and padding all side out, rounded IG width should be full, max width 2xl, and also I need to use margin top at, margin bottom at as well. I could do send the class flex justify between, because inside there I'm gonna add the button and also few more things like invoice number. Yeah, so I need to use justify between item should be sender, margin bottom 6. So write the h2 and inside there I'm gonna add the first one. I'm gonna save the file and use just to use new invoice. Send the class text should be 2xl, font should be bold. After this one I will use the button tag. In the button tag I need to add the cross icon, so x size should be 16, not 1625 pixel. So let me close it, save it, and look at that, guys. This is our new invoice and this is our close bit. But also we need to fix few things. Let me find out. Rounded LG has a problem, so I need to fix it. Rounded LG. So rounded. Okay, that is my mistake. Rounded LG. So it should be rounded, yeah. Let's check out one more time. Okay. And 2xl, margin top at, margin bottom at, and yeah, everything is perfect on there. So outside of this one there, I will display the form, right? So let's add the form. In the form I will use the class space y6, and inside there I'm going to add the input fields. But before displaying the input fields, I also make a space for h3, and I'll use bill from input type text placeholder street address, and it is also required. And also I need to add the class. The class should be with full bg select 900, rounded LG, and padding all side 3. So I'm gonna save the file and look at that, guys. And rounded LG. Okay, rounded. So rounded. Let's fix it. Yeah, great. Perfect. So let's move on. And after this one, h3 font. Okay, I'll use text while at 500. Font should be bold, and yes, I'm gonna save the file. Great. After this one this is a space y4, and after this one I'll create a div and use input type city, and yeah, perfect. Also I need to add the classes to make a space, and the class should be grid calls 3 and give should be 4. I'll add more than 3 input fields inside there. The first one is the city, the second one I'm gonna add the postcode, the third one I need to get that, and I'm gonna use country. Okay, save the file, and look at that, guys. Perfect. After this one I need to get this one detail, this one there. Just a minute. Okay, I'll create another div, guys. Div space xy close div. So I will use the same thing but change the few things. Text violet bold, yeah, great. Bill 2, great. Input field street, I'm gonna change it as a client name. Client names, great. After this one I'm gonna get it, use second time, and that will be type should be ML, clients ML. Leave everything is a default, just change few things, and use third one. And the third one I'm going to use street, same thing, type text, and that should be street. I'm going to save the file, and look at that, guys. And I'm going to use same these input fields after this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this one, copy, and after this one I'm going to paste on there. And after that, first I need to check it, yeah, perfect, and we need to change the details. First I'm gonna yeah, everything is the same, yeah, perfect. Yeah, perfect. So after this one I need to get this one space like this code, I'm gonna paste on there. Right, so after this one I need to add a few things. Not this one, I'm gonna change this details. Okay, this is a div space y4, I use div, and I'm gonna add the class should be grid calls 2 and give 4. Input field type should be date, and I need to add the class should be bg select 900 and rounded lg padding all side 3. After that I need to add the select box, select, and also bg select 900. Yeah, great. And also I need to add attribute required. Inside there I need to add the option. The first one is net 30 days and 60 days. Save the file. Oh, look at that, guys. Right, cool. This is it, and yeah, let's move on. And what I'm gonna do, this there, input type text, project description great, which should be full, padding 3, yeah, great, it is the same thing. So I'm gonna save the file, and yeah, I need to close this one as well, yeah, perfect. And after this there, okay, I will also close it. So this is the last thing that we need to add it. The first one is item list, and we need to use div assign the class should be grid calls 12, right? Gap should be 4 and items sender. Inside there I'm gonna add the input fields, like first one is a type text and placeholder item name. Class should be bg select 900 rounded alg padding all side 3, and also I need to add another class like call spin of 5 because I need to spin the columns. So I need to get that, paste the second time, change the type is number, placeholder should be quantity. I need to use quantity just like that. And also I need to add the call spin, just a minute, bg select rounded lgp and call spin, I'm gonna add it to, yeah, great. So let's move on, get it. The third one is also I'm gonna add another attribute inside there. The first one is min value, it should be 0, and also steps should be 0.01, and also attribute is required. The next one is but before displaying this one, I'm gonna add the div, and inside that I need to add the total amount. So yeah, I'm gonna use total amount. I will add the numeric numbers on there, but this time I need to use the text only. Class should be call spin 2, text should be right side, correct. And to this one there, I'm gonna have the button tag. The button should be, what I'm gonna do, type is button, and inside there I'm gonna add the icon should be trash 2. Okay, size should be 20. Let me save the file and look at that. It is perfect, but I think I missed something inside there. So let me find out the item quantity and total amount. Total amount display after this one. Okay. The next thing is price. After the quantity, I'm gonna add the price and the same numbers, and this status doesn't exist on there. I'm gonna add it as a min value 1, and the steps are used inside the input fields have a price. Great. So let me save the file and look at that. Perfect. And price, quantity, and when I will change the value, it will change the amount. So this is our form. We're gonna use the conditional rendering to display the particular component, right? So let's move on to display the button and many other things after this one form. So this is button tag. To the button, this is the first one div. After the first one div, I'm gonna add the button tag. Type should be button, and in there I'm gonna add the first one. I'm gonna assign the class width should be 4 and bg select 700. When I hover the mouse, bg select should be 600 and rounded alg padding 3. Yeah. Flex item should be sender and justify sender space x2, and inside there I'm gonna add the icon that is used for display the plus icon, and also I'm gonna add the text as a a2. In a minute I'll use the tag span, save the file, and look at that, guys, right? And also, yeah, perfect. When I hover the mouse on this one button, I need to add the classes. That should be select 400 and I don't need to use the color span. When I hover the mouse, text select text radius west 500. So I'm gonna save the file and look at that, guys. And this is our button. After the button, I need to add another things. What is another things, guys? So just a minute, I'm going to find out where I need to add it. After this one form, after this one div, before the closing form tag, I'm going to use the tail. Inside the div I'll use button, type should be button, and class should be with full BG violet. Hover the mouse 600, be padding top and bottom. I'm going to use the top and bottom 6, left and right 6, top and bottom 3, and rounded LG to rounded 4. Yeah, and when I hover the mouse, yeah, perfect. I'm going to save the file and let's see. I can't see anything else because I need to add the value cancel. After the cancel, I need to get, look at that. Also, I need to add another button, and I'm gonna add the save changes. First, I'm gonna use create invoice, and I will add the conditional rendering on there on later. Let's add the class flex justify and space x4. Save the file and look at that, guys. And yeah, we're gonna change the 600. It's perfect, guys. Cancel create invoice, and yeah, perfect. But when I change this one, I can do that, but I'm gonna check it in just a minute. I need to remove this one as well. And yeah, it is perfect, guys. So yeah, this is our complete form, so we're gonna work on it. So let's move on the logic, but before using logic we need to install React Redux Toolkit. So let's do that. So I'm gonna use Redux, get it started, and I'm gonna get the commands from there, copy, and we need to install that. And just a minute, install the first one package, and the next package I need to get that, and we need to install the next package. Also, I need to create a folder inside the source. The folder name is store. Inside the store, I also remove this one. Also, I'm going to remove the tabs, all the tabs. In the store, I need to create a two file. The first one is store.js. Inside that, I need to connect our Redux with our React project, and also I need to create another file that have invoice slice.js. Inside that, I'm going to add all the logics that contains the features such as edit the invoice, export the invoice, delete the invoice, toggle the form, and so on. So let's work on this one, but before working on that, I need to move on. Where is my file? Like this one. I need to cut this one, and I need to use provider that is coming from React Redux, and we need to paste that. We need to pass as a prop store. Why I can't get that? Right, so I'm gonna get that store. The folder name store. Inside the store have store.slice. Yeah, perfect. So in the invoice slice, I need to make a simple object, initial state, and this is the object. Inside the object, I need to pass the first one as the invoice, and the next one, I need to add the features filter all. By default is all. The next one is form open, and I'm going to use by default is false. The last thing I need to add selected invoice. Selected. By the way, I'm going to use selected invoice. By default is null. This is my simple object. So let's create a slice. Const invoice slice, and use the remove the e and add it one more time. It will give us from the Redux Toolkit, and import that. Use parentheses, curly bracket, so and the curly bracket. After that, I need to use export default invoice slice dot reducer, and also I need to export whatever the function I will create inside there. Right, cool. So let's add the simple one function, but before using that, I need to add the name of this one project, or this one invoices. The next parameter I'm going to pass as initial state, and the third one I need to use reducer. In the reducer, I need to add all the functions. So first I'm going to save the file. So this is your initial state. Then you need to create a slice and pass the values. By the way, this is a key. Name is invoices, initial state is coming from your current object. This is the reducer. Inside the reducer, you need to add all of the functions that are used to add the features inside your application. Great. The next thing, I need to move on the store. I need to connect them, right? The first thing is you need to use provider, pass as a prop store, and add the parent component, whatever the component you can use on there. If you have multiple components, you can paste on there inside the provider starting and closing tag. So let's move on the store. In the store, I need to use export const store, use configure store, and parentheses curly bracket. In the curly brackets, you need to use reducer, which reducer name you have assigned on the invoice slice. The reducer name is invoices, and the next thing is you need to pass the name. Which name? Let's say I need to use import invoice reducer, whatever the name you want to use on there, and you need to use from dot slash invoice slice. This is the file name, so you need to copy this one and paste on that. That's it. You are successfully connected your Redux Toolkit with your React project. Then you can use the Redux Toolkit inside your application. So I don't need this one, and also don't need that. Right, cool. So I have invoice slice. The next thing is very important. I'm going to close this one, and I'm facing problem. Why? I don't know. Storage does not exist. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. First I need to check that. Provide an export name in the store, right? So let's find out the store. In the store, invoices, reducer, export. Yeah, perfect. Configure store. I'm gonna refresh it. 8.4.8. Okay, I think here's a problem, guys. So store, this is a line number 4 here. Okay, I need to destruct them, so it should be up here. Great. So what I'm going to do on there, I need to add a few things. First of all, I need to hide. First I'm going to remove all of the things. I need to open the component app content. I need to hide them. When user will click on this one button to display the invoice, right? So how you can do that? You need to open the invoice store, invoice slice. Inside there you need to create a function that help us to toggle the form, right? So let's work on it to add the function like toggle the button. So I'm going to use toggle form. The state is value function. I'm going to use state.isForm open equal to not state is a form open, and use simple if statement. If the state.isForm open is not true, then set selected invoices is null. That's it. This is very simple logic. So you need to export this one form. So you need to use export const toggle form invoice slice.actions. Then you can use this one form anywhere as you want. How you can use it? Let's move on. A content.jsx file. Not this one. Oh yeah, inside this one. So in the app dot. So I need to use simple function const handle new invoice and curly brackets, and inside that you need to create a first one. You need to get the value from Redux Toolkit. So whatever you want to get that, but before using that you need to add const. Let's say I need to add the action, so I need to target my dispatch function from use dispatch like this. The dispatch is coming from your Redux Toolkit right there, as you can see. The next thing, I need to use dispatch on there, and in the parentheses we need to target my form function like this one. Copy this one and paste on there, use parentheses. It does not exist, but you need to remove it and enter it. It is give us from the this one file. That's it. So the next thing, I'm gonna copy this one from this one, by the way, function, and I need to use on new invoice as a prop, and parentheses and this one. Cool. The next thing, I need to open the header, and then just a minute, I need to a new invoice, copy and just restruct them and paste on. I need to copy the function, and where is the new invoice? First I'm going to check that new invoice here. So this is a button. Now where is it? Here. So I need to add the event on click and pass this one as a prop, but it doesn't work. Let's try it. As you can see, it doesn't work. Why? Because I need to add one more thing to add. First I'm gonna comment this one and uncomment this unform, right? So I need to get the, just a minute, I show you in a minute. I need to get this one value. So how you can get that? You need to use const isForm. Just a minute, I need to remove this one and I will show you. Use selector. It is also coming from Redux Toolkit, and inside there I need to pass value, whatever the value you want to pass it. I'm going to pass the state.invoices. This invoices is represent this way, right? So I'm going to save the file, copy this one, and I'm going to add the conditional rendering to display and hide the form. So I'm going to cut this one, use curly bracket, and I'm going to use isForm is true. Then display this one component, and yeah, I'm gonna save the file, What happened? Okay, just a minute. I'll just use this way. So let's try it. Click on it. The form has been appeared. Right? Cool. Very simple thing. Click on it to display the form. And when you will click the close button to hide the form, so let's try it this way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open the invoice form, and I need to move on top to find out the close button. And here is close button. And also I'm going to use the type should be button. And yeah, first I'm going to save the file. And when you will use the Redux Toolkit, it is the action. So what I'm going to do on there, I'm going to use const dispatch. I need to target the dispatch from use dispatch, and I need to target this one on click on there. So I'm going to use on click. Just a minute. Yeah, dispatch and dispatch, and I'm going to pass as a toggle form that is coming from my Redux invoice file. So I'm going to save the file. Let's try it. Click on it, close it, click on it, close it, click on it, close it. It is working perfectly to display and hide the form, right? Very simple thing. So let's move on. So I'm going to close this one, and I need to use header. In the header here there are 0 invoice, 0 total invoice, and have a filter option. So we're going to work on that. So let's see how you can use it, the Redux Toolkit. But before using the Redux Toolkit, I will show you a few things. In the invoice slice have a form invoice. This one, this is a empty, you can't see anything else. When the details will be stored inside there, it will count one by one. So I need to use this one logic on the header to display and hide the video on there. There are 0 total invoices, but I will use the logic on there. So how you can use the logics, so let's try it. So first of all, I need to destruct the value from our invoice slice file, which is invoices. You need to get that from use selector, passing the value is state as a prop, is a parameter state.invoices. That's it. You need to target this one. So let's try it to add the different type of values on there. So the invoice, there are, so I'm going to cut that, use curly bracket, and I'm going to target invoices dot length have a 0, then I need to display no invoice, otherwise I need to display literal template. They are in the 0, I need to use $0 invoices dot length. All the invoices they store in the invoice array, right? In there you can't see anything else, but when I will store the value, it will count automatically. Right. The next thing is status. I need to display the dynamic status. Which status? This one, when I click on it to display the dynamic status. So let's try it to add the status in the array. The status is all, dropped, pending, and yeah, these are status. So I'm going to save the file and let's try to check out now. Yeah, great. So I'm going to copy that, and you need to move on there over here. So first, I'm going to menu item, I'm going to cut that. Status, target your status dot map, and pass the values as I'm going to use status, use parentheses, and what you want to get that, I need to get the menu item. In the status, I need to use curly brackets and target the S like this one. So, and look at that, guys. Okay, I need to also assign the key as S, means the video. Official page, everything is good. Click on it to display all the categories or all the status. By the way, I'm going to change the positions, so this will be all paid pending and this will be dropped. Great. The next thing is very important. I will add the active class on there and display the color as a conditional rendering on there, right? So how? Let's try to edit. I'm gonna cut this one, use curly bracket, parentheses, curly bracket, and assign the name, whatever the name you want to assign on there. I'm gonna use this one and parentheses, paste this one code, right? I'll leave this one, but I just need to add the class, so I'm gonna cut this one, use curly bracket and little template. Just a minute, I need to check out curly bracket, little template, and the little template I need to target the active classes exist. Then I need to use bg select 700, otherwise nothing. Cool. After this one, I need to assign the same classes that have assigned on earlier. After that, I also use filter, but I think I didn't use the filter on there, so let me check out now. Yeah, so let's add the filter to destruct them on there, because I need to add the conditional rendering on there. So this is the filter. So when the filter values are matched with our this one status, then the color will be changed. This is only designing purpose. I did not use the logic to perform the operations. This time I just use the designing logics. Okay, so let's add the, after the capitalize, this one also use dollar filter triple equal to is as to display the text violet, and yeah, it's perfect. So let's click on it. As you can see, the particular category color have changed, right? This is very simple. So I'm going to remove this one, click on it, as you can see. Okay, so let's move on our app content, and I'm gonna also uncomment this one. Also, I will use the conditional rendering on the onlet, and this time I just display that. Yeah, so I'm gonna save the file, and yeah, it's perfect. I'm gonna click on it to display the form. I'm gonna click on it to hide the form. Great. So guys, we're gonna work on the form. I'm gonna click on it, and we're gonna store all the values in the object. In the object, I will also store the value in the our local storage. But how you can do that? Let's work on it. So I'm gonna close it, open the form invoice form, right? So in the invoice form, I have this one, but I don't need that. Yeah, here's a logic that have used to close the form. Great. So I need to create a state, and very interesting thing and very large values. So I'm going to pass the values form data and set form data. This is a simple React form data. Curly bracket from use state parentheses. Why this is up here on there? Parentheses, and I'm passing as object based value on there. I need to use the return, and one by one I need to add the value. The value is like this way. So there are a lot of things. So I'm gonna save the file. but I will manage that. So I will show you how. Just a minute. I will use manually, so you will understand better then. Right, so first parameter I'm going to pass as a key is ID, and the value is I'm going to generate the random ID. So how? I'm going to use INV. This is the text, and I'm going to use math.flow, math.random function and times by 10,000. Right, so this will generate the random ID and assign the ID in the ID status. Nice. This is the key, this is the video, right, and pending. The next one is bill from. So this is also I'm going to create as an object. In the object, reason for creating object, because when I click on it, as you can see 1 2 3 values are appear in there, means 3 input fields. So I'm going to use street address. This is a key. By default I assign nothing. City I assign nothing. Postcode I assign nothing. And by the way, I'm going to check the bill from 1 2 3 4. Yeah, postcode is nothing, and country is, I will show you how you can use that simple logic on there. Nothing. Okay, and I'm going to add the comma on there, also add the comma. And same thing you need to do, bill to, this is the object, parenthesis, and you need to use 1 by 1 values. Client name nothing, client email nothing, street address nothing, city, postcode, country nothing. The next thing is description. Okay, just a minute, I'm going to save the file, but client name is bill2, but the client name outside of this one, because it is optional, and items by default is 0. Payment terms net 30 days. Then project description, right? And okay, this is a very interesting part. Invoice date. The invoice date is coming from the package, so I need to install the package. The package name is date fns. You need to get this one package. Documentation, you need to install this package. Copy, and I'm going to install it. Right, cool. Once you install it, then you can use that. How you can use it? Use invoice date, target your format. By the way, it is coming from this one package, so I need to re-enter it. As you can see, date -fns. The format function, you need to pass 8 days. This is another function, and there you need to pass new date function, parenthesis, comma. The next thing is format. Year, month, day. That's it. By the way, I'm going to check the format. 8 days. Okay. Format, I don't need to use 8 days. I just use new date on there, just like this one. And also I need to use new date. In there I need to use the same thing, format function, 8 days, new date. How many days? 30 days, the format. That's it. The last thing I need to edit is amount. What is this one, guys? You know what is this one? This is a complete object. I will use this one from data to get one by one values, and I need to target my particular input field to assign the value on there. So how you can do that? Let's try it. First I'm going to close this one, and also I'm going to open the console because I'll show you everything on there. Refresh your page, click on it. Yeah, so this is the first one, a bill from, right? So what I'm going to do on there, first one is assign the value. The value is coming from your form data. Form data, this is your state. Inside there have a bill form. Inside the bill form have a state address. Remember, form data, bill form, state data. The default is nothing. But when I will change the value, so I need to execute the function on change. This is a function. Passing the value is e means element, and the next thing is make a copy of the set form data. This is object based, so you need to use parentheses because this is a function, and calibrate it. Inside that you need to make a copy of the form data and use comma, target bill from key, and the value is form data, the bill from, yeah, and inside that have a first one is count street, and value is e.target.value. First I'm going to say that, and I'm going to show you what happened on there. This is a function when user will change the value are stored inside the set form data, but inside the set form data have an object based value. So what I'm going to do on there, I just target my particular key. By the way, this is a value, this is a key, and the value is coming from your element, input element. So let's look at that. What happened when I will add the something inside there. I can't see, okay, because I need to just a minute. This is const, and I use const form data. I just checked that. What happened? First I'm going to refresh my page, open it. Once you open it, it is appear your complete details that have the initial state values. As you can see, build form, build to, but when I will use something inside the first one input field, you will get the value on there. As you can see, the J in the last one, you will get all the details. Build form, as you can see, J, A, and so on and so forth. It means you are getting the value from the input field, and you have assigned the value on the particular object based value, right? Great. So you can use same thing one by one. You need to assign the values. So let me copy this one. By the way, this is I need to get that the first one. This will, you need to copy this one, and you need to move on the second one input field. This is a city, you need to paste it, and build from, yeah, you just change it, the value is city, and also on there build from, just change the city. The next thing is postcode, paste your complete code. The value is build from postcode, and this is the key, you need to also use postcode. Just change two things. Copy this one, I already copied it, but I just paste that, and this will be country, so country, this is also country. So I'm going to save the file, and let's look at that. This one, this is the build to, right? So in the build to, you need to use same thing, just change form data, build to, the first one is client name, so just change this one to client name. Let me save it, yeah, and form data, bill from, not bill from, bill to, and also you need to change bill to, and that is client. No. First I'm going to check that what is the bill to client email, guys. This is the outside of this one, so let me check that. Bill to client names. So just a minute, I'm going to check that. Okay, I don't need to use all of the things because this is the outside of this one, so I just use value form data client name. This is very simple. When I change the event passing the value, just check set form data as object, make a copy of the form data, and just use client name as a key. The value is e.target.value. That's it. Why don't you use many other things on there? So we're going to use a same thing. Which same thing? This one, same thing. So the value is form data bill to client email, on change set form data bill to form data bill to, this is a comma, client email e.target.value. That's perfect. So just copy it and we're gonna paste on there. Just change it as a street, and also I need to change it street. This is a bill to, remember. Okay, let's try to find out another things like this one. This is a city, just change bill to city, and also city, and this is a postcode, so just paste and bill to postcode, and yeah, bill to postcode, and that is country. Copy paste, and this will be country, and that will be postcode. Just change two things, not postcode, just country, and yeah, okay. And this is a very interesting thing, guys, so we're gonna use the logic on there. So let's add the logic. First one is date, so I need to target the date as a date. Okay, so value is form data dot invoice date, right? But when they change the date, I need to target element. I'm going to create a const invoice input date and const. Why I'm facing problem in there? Okay, calculator. Okay, cool. Const new date. This is a new variable. The value is e.target.value, and the values are stored on there, and that's simple. But also I need to add the set form data parenthesis curly bracket, make a copy of the form data, and then I need to use invoice date. The key, the value is new date. This is a variable that you have made. After that you need to use comma. The next thing you need to use due date is a key. The value is format, and this is a function that is coming from your package that you have installed on earlier. It is new date function. In the new date function you need to pass new date, and same thing 30 days. The format has year, month, and so on so forth. That's it. So, and it is working perfectly right? So I'll show you what happened when you will get the values, right? So the next one is a select box, right? So I need to use the value of form data dot payment terms. That's it. When I change the event, parenthesis element, set form data, parenthesis calibrated, and make a copy of the form data and payment terms. This is the key. The value is e.target.value. And also we need to add a few more things, right? So project description is the last one, but I will manage this one on later. So okay, this is the last one, guys. Value, I know this is very lengthy, but it's very important. On change, parenthesis e, and set form data, make a copy, project description, e.value. So once you get all the details and store the value in the object based state, then let's look at then what happened. You will store all the details, means you will fill all the information. So let's try it. Just a minute. I'm going to use dummy john@gmail.com, John. And by the way, I'm getting my project description. I'm gonna use building project. So I think it doesn't work. Yeah, why? Because just a minute, I need to add the event when user click on that, but I will work on it on later. This time I just checked that. So I'm gonna save the file, and as you can see, guys, I'm getting all the details. Let's add this one date. So I'm getting this one object. So the amount is I didn't use the amount right now, but all the details are coming from the input field. As you can see, build from your complete detail, build to complete detail, client name, due date, invoice ID. By the way, this will be generated automatically from your project. The items doesn't exist because this is only static data. I didn't work on that. The payment terms is 30 days. Project description, building a React project, and the status by default status is pending. Right, cool. This is a status coming from, right? So we have successfully received the value from input fields, and we have stored the value in the object bex state. Great. So guys, I'm gonna close this one, and we're gonna work on this one section to add the items, delete the items, and also many other things I'm gonna do on there. So let's work on it. So I need to create a function const add item that will help us to make a copy of the current project, means current this one section. So let's make a set form data as object and make a copy of the form data, use comma, and target your items that is stored on your top, right? In the items, I need to fill all the informations that I need to require. Like first one is also copy of the form data. Inside that have items, right? In the items, I need to use comma, whatever the value you want to pass on there. I'm going to use name. First one is name, the default is nothing. The next one is quantity, is by default is 0, price is 0. These are same values that are required on there: the name, quantity, price, and also amount. right? So name, quantity, price, right? And also I need to add the total as well on there, right? Total is very important. Total amount I also use 0. Yeah, it is very important, the total. So I need to target this one function. When user will click on this one, this one button, right? So just a minute. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna use add item. What is the name? Add item. I'm gonna move down, guys. I'm gonna try to save the time. Yeah, here. So this is the button I need to use. Event on click and add item. Just save it and let's try it. Click on it. Okay, it doesn't work. Okay, I know, but I need to add the logics on there. Yeah. So this is working. So the next and important thing I'm gonna do on there, I need to loop through this one there. But before this one, first I'm gonna cut this one. Cut this one, and you can't see. I'm able to see the details. First I'm gonna say that. Yeah, you can't see this one detail. So I loop through the details from form data dot items dot map, passing the values item, and the next one is very important. You need to pass in tags parentheses. What happened? Okay, parentheses on there. You need to paste all the code that you have copied. So what happened on there? Just a minute, I undo that. Form data dot items and parentheses. Yeah, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna use the same thing, and I need to use key is index. Just a minute, I'm gonna check the problem. Where is the problem? Invoice form data, syntax importing modules, spin it. Okay, so just a minute, guys. I think something is wrong on there. So I'm going to check the problems. Just a minute. Two parentheses. The first one is map, second, and yeah, it is perfect. Just a minute, I also cut it one more time and I reuse this one. So I need to use that and there parentheses, and it should be display perfectly. Yeah, this is only logics on the behalf of parentheses, guys. So what I'm going to do on there, first I'm going to save that and click on it to display the items, as you can see, because I've used the function to add the event when you click on it. The next thing is very important. I need to get the values from there, and we need to store the value in the items. So let's do that one by one. First one is a value item.name, right? And when I change the event here, we need to target my function, but I need to just use values on there. Then I'll change it on item.quantity, because I need to create a function, guys, and the value is price. Okay, and the last one is very important, item.total. Okay, I will work on the next item, like this one. So let me, where is item? Okay, here's the total amount. So what I'm gonna do, I just use dollar curly brackets item dot total, items dot total. Yeah, so let me check it. What is the object name that I have used? Items. Yeah, save and click on it, click it. Items is not defined. Okay, item click on it. Okay, by default I'm getting the value 1, when I will use the value on this, but I can't getting the value because I need to add the update function and many other things. First I need to check that what happened. On change handler will be when it drops. Okay, I can't assign the values, and yeah, we're gonna fix this one. Just a minute, we're gonna fix it. So let's move on our code and fix this one. By fixing that, I have assigned the values, right? But I need to create a function that help us to update the values on real time. By the way, it doesn't matter to connect the invoice slice. It is only work on the invoice form, because inside they have a lot of things that you need to control it. I will use the invoice slice function on later. I just use only on logic that used inside the form. So let's work on this one. So I'm going to create update item that will update the value. I need to pass 3 parameters, right? Calibrate it. So I need to create a new items from form data, from in the array, make a copy of the form data dot items, right? The next thing, you need to target your new items index, and in there have a key, but I'm going to use field as the prop is very important, and assign the values. So let's add the condition. If the field is tuple equal to quantity have a field equal to price, then come into the if statement. And the if statement, I need to use quantity, make a variable, assign the value from field tuple equal to is quantity, and otherwise values new items index.quantity. Create. The next thing, I need to get the price, so same logic that you need to use on there. The last thing, you need to target your new items and the index.total equal to quantity times by price. After that, you need to use set form data and assign the values on there. Save the file, and you need to target this one function inside your input field. So let me show you how you can do that. Just a minute, I need to move on down and to base items. Here is items. So the first one is very important, item names. I need to use on change event element, means value, whatever the value you want to pass. I need to target my update item function on there, and we need to pass 3 parameters. I have used this one, just open that. I used 3 parameters on there, so you can pass 3 parameters inside the item section. So I have a form data map method, means rotate multiple times. So I need to pass the first one value is index, the next one is a name, is by default is name. The last thing is e.target.value. That's it. So same thing you need to do on the next one. This is the name and this is the quantity. So on change, you need to use a few logics on there. So the logic is very simple. I'll update item The first one is index quantity, and we need to convert this one as a percent like this. That's it. And also I need to use by default is 0. Right, so yeah, great. And the next one, price, have a similar thing, so I'm gonna copy that, just paste on there, and that will be index price, and this is parse float. Right, so I'm gonna save the file. And the last, I need to display only 2 decimal values, means after the dot. So item.total, I'm going to use 2 fixed, that is function. Right, so I'm going to save the file, and yeah, I think it should be work. So let me try out. I'm going to use building links 1, as you can see guys, and the quantity is 1, price is 350. When you will change the quantity, the price will be changed. So when you click on it, on page is here 350. When you will change the value, yeah, but we need to work on this one to remove the items. When user will click on that, then I need to remove the items. Right, so I need to create a function this one as well to remove the items. So move on top and just call remove item index, calibrate it, and you need to use set form data, parenthesis, calibrate it, make a copy of the form data, use comma, items, form data, items dot filter, and the first parameter is nothing, the second one is index, and just use logic I, not equal to index. That's it. Copy this one function, and you need to target that when user will click on the, just a minute, I'm gonna find out is plus trash here. Just use on click and target this one. So I'm gonna save the file and let's start. Click on it. It doesn't work, so let me find out the problem on there. So just now I'm gonna refresh my page, click on it, add items, delete items, not working. So let me trash, just a minute. Just a minute guys, I need to target when user click on this one, just pass the index number just like this one, so it should be removed. Click on it, click on it, click it, click it. So guys, we have successfully designed and add the logics inside the form. Then we're gonna work on the another things like invoice. Inside the invoice we're gonna store the value on there, and also we're gonna store the value in the local storage. Then we will get the value from local storage and display that inside our list or inside our application. So let's work on it. So guys, we're gonna work on to create the function that will use to add the value inside the invoices array, and we also need to convert the all information to store it in the local storage. So let's work on that, then I will work on another features on later. So this is a toggle form function. So before this one you need to create a function that will use to add the value, right? So the function is add invoice, passing the 2 parameters, calibrate dates. Inside that I'm going to create a function, not function, create an object, new invoice, because in the form have object based value. Can we break it? So the first one is you need to make a copy of the action.payload, comma. The next thing, you need to assign the key and values. The first one is amount. The amount I need to calculate that, so we need to calculate that by creating a function. So I'm going to create a function, calculate amount item. I need to use simple this one called. This is the reduce function that will use to calculate all the details like item.quantity, price, and we're going to use this one function on there, and pass the value is action. Just a minute, what? Action.payload, comma, and amount, calculate amount. Yeah, perfect. The next one, status. The status I need to use action.payload.status, or by default I need to use pending. Right. Also I need to use the comma to make it separate. Due date, action.payload.due date, and all format new date. After the new date I need to use comma 30 days, comma, this is the format of the days. Okay. New date, format. Okay, I need to use 8 days. 8 days. This one function, and yeah, it should be solve the problem. I need to remove the space from there. And then the last thing, outside of the object you need to target your state.invoice. Then you need to target your push method that will push all the value. Which value? New invoice value. That's it. And we need to copy this one, not this one, add invoice, and pass inside there, just like this. Copy this one, add invoice, go to your form, and first of all I need to check it now when user will click on the button. So yeah, after this one I'm going to use const and I'll submit. And pass the value is p.print default console.log, and I'm going to use working and I'll submit. Right, so this is a normal function, so I need to copy this one function. When user will click on the form or submit the form, so I need to add the event on submit and call the handle submit. So let's try it, it's working or not. There's a lot of things. Toggle form, okay, I need to just come on there. So I think it should be solve the problem. Click on it. First I need to use something. It doesn't work, so I think something is wrong when I target the event. So this is not this one. On submit, also I can't get the basically error when I press this one button, right? So I think I need to find out the problem. So let's find out the problem. Just a minute guys. So I have a problem. So on button, so when user will submit this one, so I need to use submit, so it should be display the details on there. So let me refresh my page one more time and write something at gmail.com something, and yeah, we're gonna edit something and click to create invoice. I'm getting the value. Working means when you will add the value inside the form and press hit button, you will get the result like it's working. Means this form is working perfectly. So inside this one handle submit form, you need to target your invoice, right? So I'm going to use this page and target your add invoice function that you have made on the invoice slice, and inside that you need to pass form data. Once you save it, you will get the result. But also I need to use console.log form data to display the data inside the console when the data will be submitted, right? So let's click on it. I'm getting values, guys, as you can see, right? So these values are coming from your input field, but we need to store the value in the local storage. So let's work on that. So I need to move on the invoice slice. We're gonna create a function that will store the value in the local storage, right? So use const save state. I'm gonna use state, calibrate it, try catch error, and yeah, state, why I'm getting that state like this, and that will be state, okay, whatever the name you want to pass on there. So I just copy this one function and you need to move on there, just paste it and pass as a state. So let me move on the application, write something I'm gonna use John at gmail.com something UK let's say buy a mouse 1350 and hit enter. You'll get the result in the local storage, guys, as you can see. So amount 350, build to, and client name, due date, invoice number, invoice date, project description, and so on and so forth. The next thing is very important. When user will store the value on the local storage, I need to remove the form, means I need to hide this one form. So let's try it. So I need to use state.form, state.isForm will be false. So let me save it, and there we go. Great. So we are successfully stored the value in the console in the local storage. The next thing is very important. We need to get the value from local storage, and we're gonna display the local storage values inside the form, inside the item list. We're gonna get these details, right? Yeah. So let's move on our code editor and open the invoice.slice file. You need to create the function that will use to get the value from the local storage. So we're gonna work on it, right? So let's create a function load state and curly brackets, the tie catch, and that's what is the name of the asset. Yeah, perfect. So in the return, if this will be null, I need to return our invoices, return the object. By the way, I need to use invoice these details. Empty invoice filter will be all is form. Yeah, perfect. And same thing, but inside there I need to also return same thing like this one. Okay, so yeah, if you want to display the error, so you can do that. I'm gonna leave this. Just copy this one function and remove this one. Just assign that function. Right? Once you did that, then you can access the value in the application. Right? So yeah, we're gonna work on the next and very important thing. First, I need to check the we're gonna work on the invoice list on there. Right, so inside there, when user will click on, just a minute, when user will click on this one arrow sign, then I need to display the form. But before working on that, I need to get the data from local storage and display the data inside our page. So let's work on it. So I'm going to use const, and we can use restruct the invoices from use selector state dot invoices. We're going to use this one invoice. Also, we need to create a function that will control our date. Right, so let's work on it. Const format date, and just a minute. Okay, I use try catch error console.log error. In the try, I need to use a return format, that is function. By the way, this function is coming from your library that you have installed, date-fns, remember? So in there I need to use parse ISO as a string, date, that is a parameter. After that, you need to use format like day, month, and year, like this. So let's move on down, and one by one we're gonna get the data from invoice. Let me use console.log and use invoice. What you will get. So open the console, and the object have our details that you have entered on earlier. As you can see, I'm going to refresh my page. As you can see, by default the form is open, but I will manage it in a minute. So by managing the form, I need to find out the save state toggle form. Okay, I will manage that, but right now I need to work on this one, invoice list. So what I'm going to do on there, I need to use loop. I need to cut all of the code, use curly bracket, use invoice dot map, and use this one code. Just a minute, this is very simple, but invoices dot map parenthesis invoice, and use parenthesis. Where is my code? Just a minute, guys, my code is very important. Cut curly brackets, and I will use manually, guys. I'm facing problem, and I will use invoice.map, invoice, and parentheses, paste the code. Yeah, it's working. So first thing is first, you need to assign the key is I'm gonna add the key invoice.id, and inside there I need to get the ID from invoice. So I need to display the invoice like invoice.id, and this is the due date, right? So I need to cut this one, use curly bracket, and I need to target my farm date function that I made like this one, and inside that you need to pass invoice dot date. The next one is client name, right? So you need to remove this one and just use invoice.client name, and that's our total amount. So just remove the numbers and use curly brackets, invoice.amount and binary operator dot to fixed, like to, or display the default value 0.07, and that's our status. So I need to cut that, and we need to just a minute guys, we need to use invoice.status. So first I need to set that, and let's see what happened. Yeah, I'm getting values, as you can see inside my application. The values is coming from your, just a minute, I'm going to refresh my page, and as the value is coming from your local storage, as you can see. The invoice number is INV2 3 times 3, and there are one invoice in the top, and yeah, everything is working perfectly on there guys. So we're gonna add the dynamic details, means changing the background color on there. So it is very tricky but very important, so let's work on it. So to this one, this is a starting day, right? So in there I need to use class name. The class name I will use curly bracket little template, and use padding for 2, rounded LG, and then flex item should be center, and space x2. Then I will use $. If the invoice dot status triple equal to paid, then I need to display the BG green, and BG green, just a minute, BG green 900 divided by 20, and also I need to use text should be green 50. Otherwise I will use another condition guys. Otherwise invoice dot status triple equal to pending, then I need to use PG orange 900 by 20, and text should be orange 500, right? So I will remove this one, then I will use colon, otherwise by default I think has a mistake. So the mistake is, so just a minute, I'm gonna find out the problem. So BG orange, this is on there, and this will be Y. Okay, that's perfect guys, but I will change the BG orange 920, and otherwise this will be changed as a BG slate 700, and text should be slate 400. So I'm gonna save the file, and it doesn't work guys. So status.page, so I need to find out status paid pending. Okay, and where is invoice list here? Okay, pending. Where is the header? Paid pending dropped. It is perfect, but let me check out now what happened. Okay, this is a div. Inside the div have just a minute, I cut it and I'm gonna paste on there. Not is div our main, and inside this one div. Okay, I will paste this one outside of there, and also I'm gonna use another div on there. Close div. So I will use also class on there as template, which should be 2. What happened guys? After this one, yeah, class to template width should be 2, and height should be 2, rounded full. Use the condition invoice dot status equal to paid. Then I need to use BG green 500, right? Otherwise invoice dot status equal to pending, and then I need to use BG orange 500. The last one is BG slide 400. I think it should be display the sign, but I need to guys manage this one code, but everything is working perfectly. Yeah, it's working, but I need to find out the problem. So very tricky, but very helpful for you guys. So this is the div in this pente. Class name LG flex item sender space x2 invoice status paid. Then BG green 920, text should be green 50, right? Invoice status. Okay, here is the problem. Status should be pending, and display BG orange 920, text orange 500, BG slate 700. Yeah, it's perfect. So let's move on. And class name with 2, height 2, rounded full. Invoice status equal to paid, BG green 500, invoice status pending. And yeah, I think, yeah guys, it's looking so nice as you can see. It's depend on your condition. When it will be paid, then it will change the color. I will show you how you can manage that on later, right? So let's work on the filter. When I will click on the paid, I will get only on paid videos, paid details inside there. When I click on the pending, then I need to get the pending details inside the list. But before using it, I need to fix few things like a due date, and yeah, we're gonna work on it. So I need to move on invoice form, not invoice list. So here is the due format date, invoice, then what is the name, due. Just a minute, I'm gonna check the invoice due date like this. I need to get that and paste on there, so it should be display the date, as you can see guys. Great. So let's work on this one, filter, the icon. So we're gonna create a function that will use to manage the filter. So for this one, I will use set filter, passing the two parameters, and also use comma. Inside that, you need to use state.filter action.payload, right? So you need to copy this one and destruct them. You need to move on your invoice list and invoice list. So in the invoice list, just a minute, I need to check out what I need to get. I need to get the filter from there, right? And the filter first, I need to, yeah, I'm gonna try it. So the filter, I need to use the logics on them. The first one is I need to create a function filtered invoice, use the filter method and pass the parameter as invoice. But by the way, I'm gonna use manually filter invoice equal to invoice. Invoice is, by the way, this is coming from this one, and I'm gonna use filter method to filter the video, passing the parameters as an invoice. Whatever the name you want to pass on there, it is optional, but you can use the same name that you have used on earlier. So I'm going to use if the filter value match with all, then return true. Otherwise, I need to use return invoice.status equal to filter. Whatever the status I will select on this one on there, whatever the status I will call on there, then it should be display the value. The first thing has been completed. The next thing, if the invoices doesn't exist inside our page, so I need to use simple if filter invoices.length is 0, then use curly bracket, use div, and the div you need to use class. Text should be center, and I'm going to use pending top and bottom 12. Inside there, I'm going to use p class text Excel, and text should be select for 100. Inside there, I'm going to use no invoice found. This will be used when there are no invoice stored in the local storage. The next thing, I need to copy this one by the way, copy it, and we need to use on there. Save, and let's try it. Paid, it doesn't work. Okay, I need to add the event, guys, inside this one, inside the filter, but you need to fix this one on there, right? So I need to find out the header. In the header, in the header I need to add the event when user will click on the button, right? So where is here? Okay, yeah, here is button, and after this one I'm going to use on click, execute the function, and this page set filter, but I need to import the filter method is coming from there. So let's try it now. It doesn't work, guys. Okay, and this page is not defined. Okay, I need to create a this page, guys. So I'm gonna copy it, const this page, use this page. So let's try it now. Get the page. Okay, it's working, guys. Refresh your page. If the application doesn't exist the value, and refresh your page, I can't see the message like this one. So let's use written. I think it should be display. Yeah, no invoice found. If there are no invoice inside the local storage, you will get this one message. If the invoice will be stored, let's add something USA, city USA, and this one value is USA. John at gmail.com, USA, and something USA, and I'm gonna use on page is here, on page is here, 350, and there we go. When you will get the next one value, means store the next one value. So let's use UK, and this will be this one, UK, and I'm gonna use 7th at gmail.com, UK, and code UK by and GPU, and is 1, quantity 3, 950, and created. There are 2 invoices created. So we are almost done inside our application. So yeah, we're gonna add many other features step by step. So let's work on the invoice details. Means when I click on any invoice, then I need to get complete details. So we're gonna work on that. But before working on the logics, we need to design the page. So I'm gonna close this one, and I need to move on our first. I need to remove all of the things. Just open app.content, and we need to just leave the header, and I'm gonna comment out that, and I will create an invoice. Then I will use as a conditional rendering alert, but this time I'm gonna use invoice details component. I will create that invoice details.jsx rfc. I'm gonna save the file, remove the s and enter it. It is appear on the top. Yeah, invoice details. So we need to design it. So I need to move on there. So we just use few things that we need to design it. So let's work on it. pg select 800 rounded IG, and inside there I'm gonna use that will use to send a class flex justify between item should be center and margin bottom at. Inside this one I will use another div, assembly class should be flags, items should be center, and a space x4. Inside this one section I will use span tag, and inside the span I need to use status. I will use the status on behalf of invoice, means I will display the logical details, conditional rendering details on there. So I'm going to leave this one part, and I'm going to make another copy of this one part, and then we're going to design another things. right? So another things, the first one is I need to display the button. First I need to use just like flex, and the first one I need to use button tag. In the button tag I'm gonna use, this will be edit, and type, first I need to use class should be px6 py3 rounded full bg select 700. When I hover the mouse I need to change the bg select 600. After this one I need to create another button that will use to edit the, delete the invoice. Delete, I'm going to set the file. We need to change the beach bed, and that will be 500, and that will be avoid 500. The last one is mark as bed, so I'm going to use mark as bed. This is also button, so inside there I'm going to use bg while at 500. When I hover the mouse, the violet should be 600. Right, so I'm gonna save the file and look at that, guys. So this is the invoice detail. When I click on any invoice, then I will get this one detail. So I will show you how you can manage it on later. This time we need to design it, right? So I also mentioned the padding outside it to make a space. Yeah, it's perfect, guys. So let's move on. So this is our main. First one is status. This will be mark as pad. After mark as pad, this outside of this one, okay, I'll use 2 and some class pg select 900 rounded alg pg padding also that the class flex justify between margin bottom at. Inside this one I'm going to use one more time here h2, that will be invoice id. I will add the dynamic details on later, and this will be a project description. Also I need to assign the classes. Text should be Excel and font should be bold, and also I'm going to use margin bottom 2. This will be text select of 400, right? So I'm going to save the file. It should be display the details, right? After this one there, I need to create another there. Assign the classes. Text should be right, and text should be select at 100. Inside this one I will display many other things, but this time I'm going to use street address street. This is static data. This will be city. This will be postcode, and this will be your country, right? So I'm going to save the file, and yeah, it is up here, but yeah, I will add the dynamic details. You will get many things. So text should be right, great. So this is 2, this is a flex. Outside of this one I'll use the div, and we're gonna add the grid on there. Grid calls 3, gap should be at, margin bottom at, and inside there I'm gonna use one div, the next div, third one. The first one div, I will add the paragraph. Last text should be select 400, then bottom 2. Inside there I'm going to use invoice stat. In the next one, invoice, okay, I will add the dynamic invoice stat on there. Dynamic invoice. So this is my paragraph, but inside there I'm going to get the data from my local storage and I'm going to display on there. So yeah, we need to use font should be bold. The next one, payment due. By the way, I'm going to use this paragraph, payment due, and I need to make it this one copy and just change as invoice due that, right? So save the file and look at that, guys. So one by one I need to add the details. So next one is build to send a class that should be select 400 margin bottom 2, and I'm going to use 2 large, and inside there I'm going to use font should be bold, margin bottom 2, and inside there I'm going to use invoice, not invoice, I'm going to use client name. The next one, class, I need to change the class, text should be select 400. So the next one is street address. After that I need to use city, then postcode, and that will be country. In the last div I need to display the send to class, text should be select 400 margin bottom 2. After that I'm going to use the class should be font bold, invoice, client email, right? So this is my static data, as you can see. So I'll get the dynamic data online, right? So this is our get section. So we need to move on outside of this one. And we need to use another things as well. Last we just select 800, rounded algae, and I'm going to use our flow is hidden. That should be div class padding all side at, and I'm going to add the table, guys. And the table I will use table hiding. In the table hiding, first one is class with full, and the table hiding I'm going to use tr table row. In the table row I will use class text select 400. For that I'm going to use th, means table hiding, table row, table hiding, item name, assign the class, text should be left. Next one, quantity, text should be sender. Next one, price, text should be right. Next one, text should be right same, and I'm going to change the details. I'll save the file and look at that, guys. This is my table hiding. And after this one, after the by the way table hiding, I'm going to use t-body like this one. So also I need to close the t-body as well, so it should be displayed this one detail as well. Right, so in the t-body also table row, and don't need to use this one class. By the way, I'm going to use text should be right on there. Right, so I'm going to save the file, and yeah, it is great. I will add the dynamic data all later, right? So this is table heading, table row, table ID, and table details, right? After the table tag, this one there, I'm going to create another div, and assign the class bg select 900, padding all side at, flex should be flex justified between items center, and inside that I'm going to use span tag. In this span tag I'm going to use amount div, last text should be white, and also I'm going to add the span tag $sign amount, like a 550, whatever the numbers you want to add it, text 3XL, and font should be bold. That's it for the undesigning section of this one page, as you can see guys. So we're gonna work on the conditional rendering. When user will click on the button, means any list item, then who will able to see the particular details inside this one page, right? So let's work on the next process that will help us to display the particular details inside this one page when user will click on the link list. So I need to move on the item list page, in the item list page, but before moving on there I need to move on the invoice slice page. In there I need to make a basically function that will handle the selected invoices. Okay, I already mentioned it, but I don't need that on there. So after the toggle I need to use selected set selected. This is by the way name of the function, and whatever the name you want to pass on there. State.selected invoice, assign the action.payload. The next thing is state, I need to use state that is form open, and I'm going to use is false, right? So also I need to use terminator as well. Why I'm getting that problem? I think, yeah, the problem is calibrated. So yeah, so I have a function, I need to call that function inside. First one is I need to destruct them, and I need to get the function, and we need to use the function inside invoice list file here. So inside this one file, when user will click on the list, means in a minute I will comment out this one as well. By the way, I'm going to comment that, and I'm going to uncomment it, this one component. So when user will click on that, then I need to get the particular invoice detail and display it inside our invoice detail page on there. So I need to click the event, means I need to create a function that will help us to add the event and get the video, right? So you need to move on the invoice list page. In the invoice list page you need to create a function. The function is simple, const handle invoice click, you pass the parameter is invoice, target your dispatch. Dispatch, I think I have no, I do not use that dispatch on there, but I'm going to create a variable calling to use dispatch. So call the dispatch. Inside there you need to pass the function that you have made on earlier, like this one, set selected invoices, use curly bracket and passing the parameter that you have passed on there, remove it and enter it. You need to call the function when user will click on this one list. So you need to move on there, and here is a div. After the key, this one, you need to add the event on click event, right? Passing the function. Before passing it, I need to execute the function like this way, and passing the value is invoice, whatever the invoice value is inside there. You have successfully add the event when user click on that. The next thing is very important. You need to move on the app content file, and you need to pass the selected invoice, this one. By the way, this is appear on top, selected invoices. On behalf of this one, I need to add the conditional rendering to display the details or not, right? So you need to use that selected invoices. So let's see how we can do that. Header is always up here. The next thing is I need to use selected invoice is exist, then I need to display the invoice detail page. Otherwise I need to display the invoice list page, right? This is there. Okay, great. So there are multiple details on there. Okay, I will manage it. But why I'm getting the multiple details? So let's see in the application tab state. I have only 2 details. Okay, I will manage it, guys. I will manage it. Selected invoices exist, yeah. And the last thing is I need to copy this one and just paste on there and remove this one details, don't need that. Okay, great. And I will handle this one. Okay, everything is great on there, guys, as you can see. So when I click on this one, I'm able to see the list item has been appeared, means list detail are appear. Click on this one, this page is up here, right? So we need to get the data from invoice detail and display it on there on this one page. So let's see, in the invoice detail I need to pass invoice as a prop. The value is selected invoices. Copy the invoice, move on invoice detail, and you need to destruct them. In the invoice detail you need to assign this one and just copy it, and I'm gonna use console.log to check it now what happened when I will get the details. So I'm gonna click on this one, I'm getting the detail like this one particular link. Click on the next one, you will get the next one detail, right, guys? As you can see the details, where is the price, so you will understand everything. Yeah, prices, as you can see. So we need to display these details inside this one page, inside this one list item. So let's see how we can do that. So this is the invoice ID, right? So first of all I need to display the invoice status like this one. So I have an invoice condition rendering on there, so I'm gonna copy, I'm gonna copy this one code. A reason for copying this one because I need to set the time, and I'm gonna paste on there. So it should be display the status is pending right there, as you can see in the left side, guys, right? So we don't need to use any other things. The next one is I leave the buttons, because in the buttons I will add the event when user will click on that, but right now I need to change the details static to dynamic, right? So let's see, the next one is invoice ID, so I need to use invoice.id, and before that you need to add the hash sign to display the ID right there, as you can see. The next one is project description, so you need to use invoice.project description. You will get the description as well, as you can see, by CPU. One by one I'm gonna add the value. So invoice.buildFrom.street address, and first I need to save it, and let's see, build from, I can't see the details, just a minute. Invoice build from .street address, which address I used on there. So street UK, okay, the UK is up here in the top, guys, as you can see. So let's add the city. So we need to save the time by removing that, just make it duplicate, and the second one is a city, third one is a postcode, and fourth one is country. So I'm going to save the file. As you can see, the details are up here in the file side. Let's move on. So we need to display the dynamic date inside there, right? Before displaying it, I need to create a function that will handle the date, right? So let's see. I need to const format date, that is function, passing the date string, whatever the value or name you want to pass on there. I'm going to use try catch error, and the try block I need to use return format. Format is coming from your library, right? And the next one is, yeah, it's perfect, DDDMM, yeah, great. So also I need to import that, and in the cache block I need to use invalid. So just like that, copy that function, and you need to use it inside your date section. So let's see. Okay, I'm there. So I'm gonna use calibrate it, and calibrate it format date function, invoice dot invoice date, invoice date, invoice date. The next one is due date, right? Calibrate it format date, not format date, invoice dot due date. So I'm going to save the file, and as you can see, invoice date, payment, due date, those are up here in the left side. So we're gonna use same logics by adding the name, like invoice client name, and I'm gonna move that, use calibrated invoice bill to dot street address, right? So just copy that, and I'm gonna paste on there. So that will be city, paste on there, that will be postcode, and paste there, that will be country. The complete details are coming from your local storage. As you can see, build from city and build to have the same thing, city, client name, country, postcode, street address, right? So these details are appear in the right side in your application. So I'm going to close it, and let's open this one. And as you can see, USA client name is client email. Okay, here is a few things I need to change it. So yeah, first I need to check that, yeah, the details are up here, build to, and where is the build from? Build from, I think here is build from, yeah. So client invoice dot build to dot client email. I'm gonna save the file. As you can see, sent to, yeah, great. After that, I need to add the quantity and many other things, so leave this one because this is a table heading. So I need to use on there is item.name. Where is the item? Just a minute, I need to find out the item. Where is the item, guys? So I think I need to get the item. Just a minute, guys, here is something interesting I need to fill in them, then I comment out and do that, by the way. And I need to cut that. Reason for cutting it, I need to use invoice.items because inside there I have items. So loop through item parentheses and paste the same code. Use the key should be index. I also pass the index as well on there, guys. It is very important. Index, and so we need to get the one by one value from there. So item dot name, that will be item dot quantity, okay, and that will be item dot price dot to fixed. That is function that will display the decimal value, how many value you want to display in a number. I'm gonna display 2, so that's a function that will use it. Item dot price, not price, total dot to fixed 2. Okay, I'm gonna save the file and look at that, guys. On page SEO quantity 1 350 total. These are details. Okay, and the last and final thing I need to add it is invoice amount, total invoice amount, right? So use $sign, and I'm going to use invoice dot amount dot to fixed 2. I'm going to save the file. Look at that, guys. So this is my 350 amount. When I will click on the next one, like this one, I'm going to click on it. As you can see, name Smith UK, and all the details are appear inside the invoice list. So we're gonna work on the mark as paid. When I will click on that, then the pending status will be changed into paid, and also this form will be, and this complete invoice list will be closed and display our invoice detail or display the home page, right? So let's work on this one button. When I click on it, to display the mark as paid. So we're gonna move on our invoice slice page, right? So inside there I need to move on there, and we're gonna create a function mark as paid, passing the 2 parameter state and action, and we're gonna create an invoice state.invoice invoices, by the way, and I'm going to use find method inv calibrates inv.id is equal to action.payload, right? So this is our logic, and I'm going to use if the invoices exist, then I need to change invoice.status should be pending to paid. State.selected invoices should be display null, and state.is form, I need to hide the form, display the false, and also I need to update the state. So I'm going to use save state and passing with state, right? So I'm going to save the file, and we need to restruct them inside there. Next thing, I need to move on our invoice detail page, move on top, and we need to, what is that? Okay, create accounts, dispatch, use dispatch, and create a function called handle mark as paid. Inside this one function, I need to target my dispatch and target your function that you have made, mark as paid, that is coming from your invoice slice file, and inside there have a parameter value, what value you want to pass on there. I'm going to pass the values invoice.id that is coming from your prop. So I'm going to save the file. This handle event will be executed when user will click on the mark as paid on this one event, or on this one button, by the way, guys. So let's try to add the event on click and handle as a paid. So I need to remove it, click on it, and this is the, by the first one I'm going to click to marked as paid. As you can see, status is paid. When you refresh it, as you can see, this is also paid, guys, as you can see. And when you click on it to execute as a paid, and also it is paid. Refresh the page, everything is perfect on there, guys. Let's close it, and one more time I'm gonna restart my page. Let's see what happened. As you can see, everything is working perfectly on there, guys. So the next thing is very important: edit, delete, and the last thing is very important: export it into a PDF format. But before working on that, I need to work on the delete and edit, right? So let's see how we can delete the item. So mark as paid. The delete process is very simple. So yeah, I'm gonna use delete invoice. That's function state action, and inside there you need to use state.invoices equal to state.invoices.filter, and I'm gonna use inv, and you need to add the logic. The logic is inv.id is not equal to action.payload. The next one is state.selected invoices is assigned null, and save item, and we need to update the save state, guys, in the local storage, right? So we need to copy that function, move on invoice detail, and we need to execute the function on there. Const handle delete, and target your dispatch, and inside there you need to pass the delete invoice. By the way, I need to destruct them, guys, on there. Then I'm able to execute it. Remove it, import, and inside there you need to add the ID, right? So just a minute, I need to check out. Yeah, invoice.id, and also I need to dispatch the selected invoices. Should be means I need to, when user will remove the value, then also I need to remove the selected details. So I just copy that, and we need to add the event on there, on click, like that. Let's try it. So I'm going to remove the last one, delete it, everything is deleted, and I'm able to see only on one invoice has been appeared inside that. So yeah, we're going to work on the next thing. Next feature is edit, right? So we're going to work on the edit, but before edit or update the details, we need to get the data. Means when I click on it to display complete details inside our form. So let's do that. Then we're gonna work on the functions and many other things. So step number one, you need to move on app content.jsx file, and inside the form, invoice form, you need to find assign the invoice as a prop and selected invoices, right? Then you need to move on invoice form, and you need to destruct them. Once you destruct them, then inside the state you need to use if statement. If the invoice is exist, then I need to make a copy of the invoice. First step has been completed. The next step is you need to move on outside of this one and use effect that will be like this. What happened? Okay, that's perfect. If the invoices exist, then I need to set form data as an invoice. Means if the invoices exist, then I need to get the invoice detail when the page will be loaded, and I need to pass in the invoice in the dependency way. Right, this is a very simple thing. So the next thing is I need to change the button when the invoices exist. So let me show you. Here is create invoice, but when the invoices exist, it means I need to update the details. So I need to change it as save changes or create an invoice. Just cut it and use invoices exist. So I need to use save changes, otherwise create invoice. Just text, that's it. So let's work on the invoice slice to create a function that will use to update the details. So delete, after the delete I'm gonna use update invoice step action. So create a variable, object. I'm gonna create object update invoice and make a copy of the action.payload comma, the amount should be calculate function action.payload.items, and update invoice calculate amount. What is the function name that I have made? Calculate amount. So this is the object. The next one is, it is a inside the function, right? So I'm using this one function, all the code inside there. So index, I need to use state.invoices.find index function parenthesis, and one more time inv, use inv.id triple equal to invoice update invoice.id. Then I use if the index not equal to -1 means 0. So I need to use state.invoices the index and assign the update invoice, right? After that I need to use invoice selected invoices invoice, by the way, assign the null value state.isForm by default is false, and I need to update my save state and passing the state. That's it. So we need to call the function when user click on the edit button. So where is the edit button? So I need to find out invoice detail page, right? So here's the edit button, but we need to create a function that will handle the edit, right? Const handle edit, and I already used all of the things. I think it should be display perfectly. So just use dispatch, and I need to target only on toggle form. Then I will work on the another things on later. So I just copy toggle form. Where is the edit? Here, edit. So I need to target on click and just click to edit, and let's try it. Click on it. I'm gonna click to edit. I'm able to see all of the details. Okay, and click on it. John email USA, and all of the information all appear inside there, right? So I am able to see save changes when user click on it to update the details. So let's see how we can do that. So inside the form I need to work on that to update the form, update the details, right? So let's move on top, and we're gonna add few things. we just use logic, guys, very simple logic. So I'm going to show you how you can use it. Where is my handle submit? Okay, here is the handle submit. So I need to add the condition on there. If the invoice is exist, then I need to target my dispatch function. Inside the dispatch, I need to target my invoice update function that is coming from my invoice slice page, and inside that I'm gonna pass farm data, right? Otherwise I need to store the value add invoice. That's it. And yeah, it's working, I think. So let's try it now. So this is USA. Just a minute, I'm gonna use United States America, and I'm gonna save changes, click on it, and yeah, I'm able to see United States of America. Let's change John Doe and John Doe on there. So save changes. Where John Doe. Everything is working perfectly, guys. So we are successfully designed and developed complete application. But the last thing and last feature is very important. When I will click on the button, I will create a button to export the complete invoice in a PDF format. So let me share with you how you can do that. So guys, we're gonna work on the PDF format. So you need to move on this one page. Just a minute, I will show you React PDF render. Okay, also I'm gonna open this one page. So you need to install this one package, copy, and you need to install it. And once you will install it, then you can use it. So I have a complete code. So inside the code have all of the style and all of the things that help us to generate the PDF format. So I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to create a component like invoice pdf.jsx, and I'm going to paste all of the code. I don't need to use one by one code because I need to save the time. So this is a custom style. In the custom style, I have used an invoice PDF invoice as a prop, and I just check it as a switch statement. If the paid is case is paid, then I need to assign the different style. If the status is pending, to assign the different styles, and the complete details is coming from as a props. So you need to call that function or that props and that component, guys. So for that on your invoice detail page, right? Inside the invoice detail page, you need to, in a minute I will show you, in the space x4 before the edit, I'm going to show you how you can use it. You need to use PDF download link. It is coming from your package that you have installed. So inside there you need to pass the values. The first one is document, and the document is invoice PDF, guys, that you have made the this file name as a prop, as an invoice. File name is invoice.pdf, right? By the way, I'm going to change the file name is dynamic ID base. So I'm going to use invoice hyphen dollar and invoice.id. That's it. Why I'm facing this one issue. File name. Okay. And I need to remove this one, right? And yeah, .pdf. Okay, here is some mistake, guys, so I need to use it. Just a minute, I undo that. So this is a PDF. File name is invoice.pdf, but I need to change it curly brackets, a little template, invoice dot, not dot, invoice hyphen $invoice.pdf, this one, yeah. And also I'm gonna add the class px6. Basically it is appear as a button, right? So inside that I'm gonna use the name like download as PDF, download PDF. But before using it, I also add the conditional rendering on there. It is very important. So I need to use 2 times. First one is curly bracket, parenthesis, curly brackets, and I'm going to use loading, right? After this one I will use arrow, and yeah, if the loading is exist, to display the loading, otherwise display the download PDF format, right? And also I will use is loading and the parentheses, just a minute, I will use fragment. The first one is I'm gonna use download icon, the size should be 20, right? So I need to close this one, and after that I need to use span tag. In the span tag I'm gonna use curly bracket and display this one code. So let's see, click on it. Okay, something is wrong. Okay, let's try it to find out the problem where it is. Invoice PDF is not defined. Invoice detail, okay, invoice PDF, okay, invoice PDF, invoice PDF. Okay, I need to import the invoice PDF file. I think, right, click on it. I'm getting the link is a PDF format details. As you can see guys, I'm getting details, but the problem is in the button, right? So let's fix it. Download the link and is loading fragment. Download link, where is problem guys? Padding 6 rounded full, BG select. Okay, problem is here. Someone is PG select 700. When I hover the mouse, then I will need to change PG select 600, and the content should be flags, items should be sender, and also I'm going to use space X, should be 2. I'm going to save the file and look at that guys. So when I click on this one, I'm getting the PDF format details and the different ID, right? So as you can see, complete details in a PDF format. So I'm going to refresh my page. I'm able to see the paid invoice, and when you will press something John, no, I'm gonna use Gibbs, okay, Gibbs at something, change this one as the 60 days, buy a house, buy a house, and I'm gonna use 1, and the amount should be 500. Create invoice. I'm getting the pending, get the pending details or all, and then I'm able to edit that in just a minute. So let's say I'm gonna use like this, save changes, yeah, and I'm able to use mark as pad, and the last one is I am able to export it, right? So this is a complete invoice generating app, guys. So I have used pure React and also Tailwind CSS to design and develop the application. I hope you have learned a lot of things, and yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.